Jamaica is our home, and our island is full of places.
That includes the places and the people we meet. In general, our rich culture. This is
Yaadmentz.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome to another episode of Yaadmentz.
Welcome back.
We are back. It's been a while since we do any Yaadmentz video.
Right.
We've been home just doing some tries. But we love it same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we see that you guys love it too.
Yeah.
We want to remind you before we get into what we're doing today.
Subscribe.
To subscribe.
Hit the notification bell.
Hit the notification bell.
Yes,
Follow us
man.
on Instagram, like our Facebook page, and comment what else you'd like to see. Or if you've been where we're gonna talk about right now, comment and let us know your experience.
For real. So we are
Y'all, I'm
here.
so excited.
We are here,
Yes.
for real, people with a RIU.
With our
RIU
Riu Ocho Rios.
The Ocho one, Marby Bay.
Yeah.
Right? So before we jump into what we're going to say,
We were planning this.
right, we were planning this. We
for a
already
while
booked
now.
with things
Book and everything.
from what? It was
Long time.
From early July?
Yeah, or was it June?
Late June. We booked the thing from
Long
late
time,
June.
right? And this is August now.
We're in August, the first week in August.
Right, we're
so,
in the first week in August.
2
We're
weeks.
so excited because guess what? Rio, we saw every time we go on Instagram, Facebook, anything
Rio
that
promotes.
was Rio.
Yeah,
Sponsored ad, and we're like, we know pandemic are going on and whatever not, but
we could try running on the something. Yeah, for real. But 2 weeks before we're supposed to come, or a week before.
I think it was about a week or two, maybe not fully 2 weeks.
This drop.
Series of robberies at the RIU Hotel in Ocho Rios. This after reports earlier this week from guests that their belongings were taken from their rooms while they slept. Anthony Love reports.
What's the sense? What's the sense if you're not safe? My mother could have get the car and say me and my cousin dead. And them not look on the part there. It's like we're overreacting.
A guest at the RIU Hotel recounts her experience staying at the hotel recently. How it all unfolded remains a blur. She says she woke up to a ransacked room and some of her belongings were missing.
We can't tell what happened. We don't know if we were molested. We don't know if there's a picture of us out there because we don't remember nothing of the night. We don't know if it's a case where, they drugged us, they did something. We don't know. And then it's like they want to cover it up. Up to now, they haven't given us a good explanation.
And to make matters worse,
We're not the only one that got robbed last night. And the same other...
Yeah, the news job said only thing are going to Rio break-ins and people are losing them stuff, and we were like, yo, what we're gonna do?
Yeah, we're like, cancel.
We were going to cancel, but
Seriously.
we were going to cancel. I was there ready to click on the link.
Literally, we're on our reservation and we're about to get cancelled.
But they say, you know what? I could go try and see how the things
because it's a long time. We want a little break and whatever, and the price was really good. Also,
it was
really a good deal.
We bought it when it was $90-something.
Yeah, per person per night, and we just said, Lord, just come over here.
we are here.
So we're here.
Yeah.
We just arrived. We went through the check-in process. But before I went through the check-in process, when you drive up, you have to be sanitized. So they're very big on sanitization and making sure that they're following the protocols that the government here in Jamaica would have set out for hotels and stuff like that. So first you come in, you step on a mat, which
sanitizing mat.
Sanitize
your shoes.
Yeah, and then you step on another mat to dry it off. And then they take your suitcase and they spray it down and sanitize it also.
Right.
And then you join the line to check in. No, we came here on a very popular busy weekend.
Yeah.
So
Independence Day.
Yeah, so it was the line was very long. Oh yeah, they do take a temperature also. I forgot to say that.
Yes, they take a temperature and show it to you as well. So.
Right, so and I was asking the guy, so how do I know what is good or bad? He was like, once it's 37.5 and over or something like that, then you're in trouble. That is what he said to me. So yeah, because I asked him, because I said, you're showing me the number, but I don't know what the number doesn't mean anything to me because I don't know what's the regular temperature.
It's not in right. It's not in the regular format.
We just don't know people.
Right.
But
the line was long and we were like, wow, people there though, you know what I mean, for the weekend.
And we weren't surprised. We honestly expected it just because it's a holiday weekend basically.
Right.
And people been cooped up in the house, and it has been a deal that has just been popping up on everybody's feed. If it pop in your feed, while in
worse like all the good thing that are gonna happen themselves.
Them drop the price even more after we would have booked, but we didn't want to cancel and book again with that rate.
That makes sense.
Right.
And then go lose the space.
Right, because because we knew a lot of people would be wanting to come on this particular weekend.
Right.
Yeah. So, while we were standing in line though, we did get a welcome drink.
Yes, we did.
Which was nice because I was parched, girl. I was tired.
Yeah, it was refreshing.
Yeah, it was a nice, refreshing, like fruit punch kind of drink. That was nice.
I think we were in the line for probably 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long.
I remember the whole distance thing.
Yeah.
And, so, but it wasn't all that bad because there were seating areas where you could
sit down and rest if you wanted.
And rest if you want. If it's more than you coming, so somebody could stay in the line and interchange and all of that. But the staff, when we reach up to the booth.
Yeah, what did she ask you for? She asked you for your name?
No, she didn't ask me for anything. I basically print out my confirmation page with my number and all that, and I handed it to her, and she pulled up everything on the computer and all of that. They have the what you call them? The shield. They have face shield. So
right.
That,
in front of you, between you and the agents, they have a face shield, so they have definitely put stuff in place.
So she was basically really pleasant.
And she had on a mask too. She did have on a mask, and everybody has to wear a mask.
Everybody have on a mask
if you enter the hotel. So we had on our masks, as you guys would see too.
Right. She was very pleasant. She gave us our information, took our IDs.
Yes, you're gonna need an ID. You're going to need each of you gonna need an ID.
National ID.
Right, not just the person that is paying, but you're going to need an ID.
Everybody that is checking in.
Right, because they have to make sure that you are a Jamaican, because the rate that we would have gotten it at is for locals. It's not for persons traveling from overseas.
Right.
So you have to have a Jamaican national ID to show them to confirm.
Right. So she basically gave us our little package with our cards.
Yeah,
and
room keys.
We got some information about our room number, the Wi-Fi. She told us to download the app so we can get information on what is available at RIU. So we are here in the room. We're not checking the Wi-Fi yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do all of that. We are gonna see clips of us. We're gonna show some clip of the room.
Yeah.
So you see what I go on.
Yep.
Right? But yeah, the room is nice.
It's a nice room. It's nice, clean. When we came in here, the AC was on and stuff. And one thing that I was happy about too, because we have been watching some reviews on RIU. A lot of persons said that when they came, they weren't able to get their room, so they had to wait hours in order to get their room and stuff. And as soon as we checked in, we did.
The room was ready.
We came right up to our room, and as I said, the room was cool and everything and ready for us. So that was definitely a plus.
Bedspread, everything.
Yeah, everything. I think the room looks really nice. So we have a nice enough balcony, view and balcony and stuff. So I really like it.
Trees.
So this is day one, and I'm very excited to see what else we'll do. So yeah.
whenever I plan for match, she see what I have on.
Lie. Me plan for wear this long time. Me plan for wear this long time, right? Me, I mean, that my man said, this me I wear.
People, I put up my clothes on the bed, you understand?
Just tell them so we look nice. People comment and tell us so we look nice. I don't know why I create excitement.
Anyway, this I think this is what was our engagement shoot outfit, right?
So this is like honeymoon part 3, 4?
I guess it's that's not even honeymoon. It's just we just having fun.
Tired, bro.
You know, so we'll go try our best to get as much shots as possible.
But we're gonna try and enjoy ourselves
as well, and we'll hope that we'll have a good time here and we'll just chill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so see you guys in the next clip.
Alright.
Hey guys, so welcome back to our vacation or staycation during the quarantine. As we mentioned, we're staying at RIU. We're just basically coming on to give our final thoughts and review on RIU Ocho Rios. This is actually our final day here. So we spent
3
days, 2 nights.
Right.
So this is our final day here. So we want to talk about what we did after you'd have seen us last. So basically we went down and got lunch. How was the lunch for you? We went to the buffet together.
So we went to the buffet area. I think it was a bit confused. A lot of confusion. It's like things was just all over the place. I guess we came late.
Yeah, so the food was really cold. Like there wasn't really much left because by the time you're supposed to check in, and then you probably come to your room and you kind of put down your stuff and settle in and whatever. Log on to the internet, download them apps, see where stuff is, so you can know where to go when you leave your room. It's like by the time you reach there, it's like what left. We had like some pasta thing and burger, which was just, it wasn't the best honestly, but as I said, I don't know if it's because we actually came late and we're probably just getting the what left, but the lunch wasn't so 100 to me. And so like when you go into the actual space where the
serving area,
the buffet is, so they would serve like breakfast, lunch and dinner, like general buffet area where you can eat. We realized that they're only using like half of the space. So basically, whereas they would have probably had like 2 serving stations, so like a mirror of each side, so you can either go to one side or the other side. They only had one side, so
that people don't pack up and
but it was still packed up basically because you weren't really able to do the whole social distancing thing. So even though they did have markers on the floor, it was just kind of like confused, and then there was nobody inside telling you, go this way, or it's a line or whatever.
Confusion.
So it was a little bit confusing
for that first day. The food selection, what I realized is that they had what you call a display. So they would display a little portion of the food in the mirror, so you know what is being served. So you could say that there is pasta and there is burger, so that you know what you want to choose, and then the chef or the servers will serve you what you want. Right.
So it's different from a typical buffet that you'd see at a hotel where you are able to serve out how much ever you want for yourself. You are actually not supposed to take up the plates. The servers, they take up the plates. You basically tell them what you want. They put it on your plate and then they hand the plate back to you. And if it is a case where you want to go to another station and get something else, that server does not touch your plate. So if you already had your plate in your hand and you just probably want to add something on your plate, they literally just take up the tongs and drop the food in your plate. Or give you another plate. Depending on what station, like if it's dessert or fruit or whatever. Right.
So for the night, we tried to, as I said, we tried to come in, eat some food.
Oh, it is funny.
And then we'll go to a restaurant. So the restaurant that we went to is
first of all, by the time we got back to our room, it was like what? Maybe like to 6 or so, and the restaurants open at 6:30. And we were like, okay, so we know that this is probably a packed weekend, so we're saying, we want to get there before or on 6:30
so
as possible. Rush. Because we wanted to try the specialty restaurant since we were only here for 3 days. So we wanted to get in as much as we could so that we could also show you guys.
So as Devani had mentioned, they tell you to download the app, so the app will show you the different type of restaurants that are open. They tell you the time and the menu.
Because they're not open every day.
Some of them are not open every day. So we were able to get into This one.
All right, it's called Culinarium.
Culinarium, gourmet restaurant.
I think it's like a French infused kind of restaurant.
Yeah.
That's the kind of cuisine.
Yeah.
Sean will tell us about the food. What did you have?
So for me,
first of all, when we actually got there, so we had to rush basically. We got there early.
Yeah.
So we got there. There were like probably about 4 or 5 people in front of us. Not many persons in front of us. And we were like, okay, so this not look too bad then, we got there right in time. It's not like we had to wait, for and they do not take reservations for the specialty. So it's
first come, first serve.
Right,
once you come and you're there, you can enter.
You,
once it's not over the capacity, because I think it's like 10 or 30 depending on the size of the restaurant. Size of the restaurant, right?
Because they have to spread out the chairs to abide by the whole social distancing thing. And of course, whenever you're entering any of these restaurants, you need to wear a mask. And you are sanitized and your temperature is checked. That anywhere that you go, breakfast, lunch, dinner, buffet, any restaurant, that has to be
sanitization.
Has to be.
Mm-hmm. Right. So for appetizers, I wanted to try something different because my first time I tried them kind of thing, and so you want to be adventurous and all of that. So I tried the mushroom goat with poached eggs and sweet potato puree.
Yeah, we don't know if we're saying that right. But we'll
probably put the words.
We'll probably put the words here. Yeah, and I had a cream of pumpkin soup, which wasn't bad. It wasn't all that, honestly. The flavor them never saw 100 to me at all. Yeah. But the
servers,
it was edible.
The servers or the staff were very
because he didn't touch his. He was like,
yeah.
Me not used to
the mushroom thing. It not ready yet. People,
he had to be like drinking water like no.
Can you ask them to take it back away? Because I'm never ready for that.
Yeah, you could have say them. They feel a little way like they must say
Trust me, I don't know. It have a smell that I'm not used to, and if I can't really eat something if the smell not connecting, I just never bother eat that at all. Like, if you're not a fan of French food like that, trust me, no bother waste of time.
Or just get the soup. Just don't go outside.
The soup wasn't all that I tasted. It is just.
It wasn't all that, but at least it was edible. You could not eat not even nothing. On that plate.
And then for dinner I had the fish fillet and
coconut
sauce.
We both had the fish. Yeah. I was so stuffed, so by the time I got the fish I was able to only eat the fish. I think it was yuca that came with it too, like a kind of yam, kind of cassava kind of thing. And I could not eat it. And then for the dessert it was brownie and ice cream. I told him that I didn't want any dessert because my belly was already full from eating lunch. Even though the lunch wasn't spectacular, it's just like I couldn't manage all of that in one sitting. So it was just like more.
But again, the servers were presentable and they came and they were very mannerable very nice, and very
the staff in general were very nice here.
So it was that the experience wasn't bad. The ambience though is very nice. The colors and just everything was very nice in the restaurant.
Agreed.
But
and then that night we came back up
just came back up and slept. We never really go back down and see whatever night show that they had, which they have shows every night.
They had karaoke and something else. I don't remember what they had that night.
But
we never go. We just came up back, turn on the TV, make sure we lock up the door properly.
Right. Yeah, so we would advise you to just make sure the balcony door is locked. There's a lock there on the door. There's a sign there that says that to close it whenever you're not in the room.
Bolt it.
And even at night. So just close it whenever you're not here or
and
even
bolt
at night.
your front door.
And bolt the front door as well.
Don't just make it lock and bolt it.
What I like is the use of technology as well. Because as you download the app, once you enter the room, I think we had mentioned that in the first video, that the keys that they give you, which are what are called swipe cards, they are key cards. You have to plug one in at the front when you enter to turn on the power. So once you take out that card, there's no power in the room. The AC will be on.
Turn on the TV.
No TV, no lights are out. So I like that. I like the use of technology. I can see that where the technology is going in terms of energy saving for the hotels.
They're definitely modern in terms of that.
Right, so for day 2, we tried to get up early. We wanted to experience the gym because we've never been to a hotel gym before. So we're like, I already work out at home and I really want to miss a one day. So
and we also just wanted to get the experience. We work out at home, as he said, so we don't have a gym kind of experience. So we wanted to get an idea of the equipment and different things. So the gym opened at 7 and we made sure that we were on our way
on time because
like about quarter to or 20 to 7 we left. Because our room is kind of far. The property is really huge and our room is kind of far from the general area.
Walking distance.
So it's a good walking distance. So we had to leave out earlier just to get there in time or on time.
Right.
So we went to the gym. It was open. There was nobody in there, like no instructor in there. When we got there, they had stuff that you could use to sanitize down the equipment. They had wipes, disinfecting wipes and stuff like that. They also have water in there and towels in there.
Right.
After a little while, the gentleman who was responsible for the gym area, he did come and so on, and he was basically monitoring everybody in there. You could only have 8 people in there at a time because it's not a very big gym.
It's very small, but it had the necessary equipment so that you can use, the treadmill, bicycle.
Not elliptical. I don't know if that name is elliptical. I don't know, but you will see what we're talking about.
Again, the app also have the schedule for the gym and all of that. So after gym we went to breakfast.
Right. So they had basically a Jamaican selection of food of breakfast. So like kalaloo, boiled food, dumpling, yam, banana, them something there.
Stew chicken.
I think they had curry chicken too, if I'm not mistaken. I think so.
And fish.
Fish. And then they would have had like the usual continental selections,
fruits and vegetables.
Fruits, and they did have stuff like if you wanted to make a salad or if you wanted to, have a croissant and put things inside of it. They had that too. So they had like deli meats and fruits and stuff like that also. So
they had a good variety.
Right, and then when you sat down, you were served your drink. So you don't serve yourself nothing.
Nothing at
they
all.
serve everything. They carry everything to you. Tea, anything.
They will ask if you want tea.
Right. So there's no self-serve at all.
And again, the servers were very mannerable. They come and they ask and they just serve you.
Yeah. They're very, very, and they're very attentive to. So as they sit down, somebody come to you and serve you. So we appreciated that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the breakfast I would have been the best meal that I would have had so far, since being at the hotel. So after that, we went back to the room. Yeah,
we came back to the room to just rest up
bathe
some more
and stuff, because remember we were coming straight from the gym, so we showered off and stuff, and then we put on our swimsuit and so on to get ready to go into the water, because we wouldn't have gone into the water the day before because we were so beat and tired. Just didn't have the time based on the time that we had to check in. So we went to the water park first. Right. So that is a little bit away from our room because the property is very big, as I was saying.
We had to walk
a good little while.
But it was okay.
But so for the water park, they do have a limit also. They have 2 sections of the water park. They have a kiddie section and they have the adult section.
And what I saw was like they have the kiddies area where you could leave the children there. They have a play area literally for children. So you could go there as well.
Not the water park,
the water park, but area where they could go inside of a room.
Like an activity center.
Activity center for kids. And then they have the water park, which is small slides, but you will see images of that. And they made sure to have lifeguards there. That is something that I really appreciated in both the adult and the children's water park. They had adequate amount of staff when it came on to lifeguards. Trust me. If no drowning are going,
you don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? Because they're very attentive. And if one not looking, there's always somebody else that is there.
So there's one at the top of the slide, and there are about 2 or 3
at the bottom, because one person has to man the gate, because there's only a certain amount of people that can go in there at a time. And when you go in there, you're given a time slot, so you can only stay in there for half an hour, just so that everybody can get a chance to experience the water park, which is fair, because they still have to abide by the protocol, but they still want everybody to enjoy the experience. You know what I mean?
It was. I did enjoy the water park. It was really
fun.
I
was scared. I only went on the slide one time. I don't even know if you guys will see that, but I went on the slide one time and I was like, okay, that's it. I've done it. If Sean never wasn't like, yo, we've come this far, at least the one ride. I wouldn't have done anything. I would have just watched him go on it. He went on all of them.
Not all of them.
Oh, except one of them.
One of them. The green, that had one with green and white.
And people kept getting stuck in that one.
But
he didn't go in that one.
The red and yellow one was fun. Straight shoot and go around, but there's some darkness in it. So
he get scared.
No, it's not.
Yes, you did.
It's not no scare thing, but it was dark, so you didn't know like where you are.
And it was his first time going on slide. I have gone on water slides before. It was his first time, so it was like a different kind of experience. So that was interesting to see.
It was they have a straight shoot one that is like.
I was not gonna go on that.
It was just you're just flying down, and then they have.
It was literally like 4 seconds and over.
Yeah, it was quick.
And then when you come off so hard because the ride is so short and it's so fast. The drop is so, I guess, I don't know.
It's really fast.
Yeah.
And then you have the flush. I tried the flush as well. That was fun.
not gonna do that.
You go around in a circle and then you drop
out
down.
like that in a toilet.
Yeah, that was fun. But the water park was okay. It was really fun to be there. And people
bad.
were there excited and just like
even though they were adults, like they were super excited.
It's like kids all over again.
Yeah.
You know, and
so
then
I like that.
we came back. What we did after that?
And then we went to lunch.
Yeah, we did go straight to lunch.
We went to lunch at, so they opened up, so this is a recent thing that would have happened.
Right.
They opened up a new restaurant. Or
It's
not
Italian.
another restaurant.
Right,
Because
Italian
at the time they only had opened the Asian restaurant and the French infused restaurant.
Right.
But since probably about like the end of July or August, the beginning of August, they opened up the Italian restaurant, which is called Picenza, I believe. Picenza. So we went there for lunch. So it was now open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So everybody don't have to go into the general buffet area. You can decide between those two where you want to go. So we for lunch decided to check out Italian. Which was basically your basic Italian stuff: pasta, pizza, breads, garlic breads, bruschetta, that kind of stuff. And of course they had a little, Italian desserts and so on. Right. So that was okay. My belly was still kind of full from breakfast, to be honest. I didn't really take much. I think I had like spaghetti and meatballs and like some of the pizza and so on. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of pizza. It was nice.
It had different assorted flavors of the pizza and stuff, so that wasn't bad. And then we came up back to the room to just kind of chill out a little bit.
And one thing we never mentioned, they had several bars all over the property.
Yes.
So there are bars that you can go to get the drink if you want. Beverages to put in your mini bar. You have to go to a bar to get water and sodas,
because the mini bars are not stocked for health and safety reasons. So you have to physically go and get what you want,
which wasn't bad
because the sports bar is open 24/7.
Right, so you can
always collect your sodas, your waters to
beer,
put in your drink.
The canned beer if you want to put in the fridge to just have in your room. You can also bring food up to the room as well.
Yeah, so they have sandwiches at the sports bar that you can get to.
And then I think it was yesterday that we had gone to the jerk section as well.
Yes.
We saw that late. We didn't know where it was, and then we were coming back from somewhere, and we started like, let us
get some jerk. Chicken. And I mean, that's jerk center is not open every day, neither is it open for very long. I think it's open for 2 hours,
like from 12 to 2.
That's it.
Yeah. But the jerk chicken was nice. There wasn't any selection for the jerk area, but the jerk chicken was good.
I didn't have any of that because I don't know, I was just stuffed.
Yeah.
So then after we came up to the room and chilled a little bit and waited for the sun to go down a little bit, we went back to the pool. So this would have been our first time in the actual general pool area. And we just waited, we had a good time. We took a few pictures and
and they have like 3 to 4 pool areas.
They have a lot of pools.
They have a lot of pool areas.
So you don't have to worry about space and stuff
and
like that.
And people like all over your place.
Right. And I think basically for when we went into the pool, everybody was kind of mindful also that you had to social distance. So people weren't close to you in the pool. Everybody tried to keep a safe distance from each other. So I did appreciate that about the guests also, that everybody was trying to just be accommodating, and just kind of look out for each other in that kind of way. So I appreciated that. So after we were little in the pool, I think the pool closes at 5.
Right. And they have bars at the pool as well.
Right.
So you can
they have swim-up bars and stuff
bring
like
your own
that.
cup.
And they have an infinity pool.
Right.
That
I think all of them is infinity.
Probably.
Yeah. And then the beach. We never really got on the beach really.
Yeah.
We never really do much of the water, non-motorized water.
But they do have non-motorized sports.
If
so
you
they have
want to.
kayak and is it unicycle? Something.
Right.
I think it's kayaking.
What I've noticed though, at night they have a special what do you call it?
Romantic
dinner date if you want.
That you can plan.
If you want, and
it's for a cost. It is for a cost.
Yeah, it is for a cost.
Yeah, so they set it up down on the beach, and you have candlelight. You alone down there, nice.
If you come for a little nice little thing, yeah man, them have that set up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was that, and then we came up, so we didn't have to rush that much to catch dinner for 6:30.
Yeah.
So we came up, got ready, and we decided that we wanted to try the Chinese.
The Mandalay.
Not Chinese, sorry. Asian restaurant.
The
I'm
Mandalay
sorry
restaurant.
That. Yeah. And that
was crowded.
Good.
People were in. That was the first time we really see a long line.
Yeah. But we still got there early.
Yeah,
so we're about the third party to go in.
Right.
So that wasn't bad, and I had this wheat and sour pork. Well, actually, we had an appetizer, which was like, they have a house appetizer, which is like sushi, assorted sushi.
Was good.
That wasn't bad. I mean, I don't think I'm a sushi person. I put that sushi video, us trying sushi, in the card somewhere.
Right.
I don't think I'm a big sushi person, but yeah, we had sushi for the appetizer, and also vegetable spring rolls and a nice spicy sauce.
Yeah.
I had the sweet and sour pork.
And I had the duck and I
it was his
requested
first
noodles.
time.
So the duck come with rice, but I was like, no, I want to try the noodles. So
yeah, they were able to give him that option, which was nice.
Yeah.
And we got wine on the house too.
At both restaurants, but the first time we came, they gave us wine. So you have two selection of white wine and red wine.
Yeah, and then we had an assorted dessert bit, but his belly was full that night.
I couldn't.
He was like, I can't eat that. So,
dessert.
But the dessert wasn't bad. They say it was an assorted Asian. Assorted Asian dessert. Yeah, so we had assorted Asian dessert. Well, I alone had it because his belly was full. So
couldn't manage more than that.
That's what we had. And then afterwards, what did we do?
Afterwards, I think we came back to the room just to chill a little.
Yeah, because they were having nightly events, but it wouldn't have started as yet.
Right.
So we said, since we didn't do any nightly events the day before, that we would, kind of check out what they had. But we never end up come back down till about after 9.
Yeah, a little late.
And
we kind of catch like a little part of
they had a magic show.
Yeah. And then they had like
wasn't
DJ kind of play some music.
Yeah, so after the magic show, they kind of had like a little dance party.
Right.
But I never really feel like nobody was really into it. The workers were dancing and something.
I mean,
and trying to get
the vibe up and everything. But
after a while, we just went. We got something by the bar.
Let's just go back up.
We went back up and
just chill little and then.
Sleep and so.
Yeah, but I mean, guys, overall, it wasn't a bad experience. I am very mindful that it's a pandemic we're in, and the COVID-19 and the restrictions and all of that. So there is a lot of things that will not be as normal.
Same, right?
So I was mindful of that. So I didn't come here expecting, a full rollout. You understand? Because the hotel itself I think they will want to put in measures to not overspend or to overdo things, to waste. Right,
because they would have been closed for a long period of time. So this is now when they're trying to build up back, get patrons to come in, and people, locals, really to come in, because I know a lot of people are still skeptical to travel from overseas. We did see persons here from overseas, but majority of the persons that were here were locals.
And what I noticed was that they were bringing out a lot of furnitures, which I think that were stored up because not a lot of persons were coming earlier in July. So now that they're getting now that they're getting people coming in, I see that they're rolling out a lot more stuff, and a lot more places are being open, and they're trying to fix up a lot more stuff. So they're trying to get back,
Some of the positives that I would definitely say is the definite obvious sanitation of everything.
Yes.
That was evident.
In the elevators, every walk
everywhere
hallway,
as you get up from somewhere, there was somebody there sanitizing, chair, table. Everything was sanitized.
And their staff, if you don't have your masks, they will say you need a mask.
They will tell you have to wear it. Even sometimes you just walk in to go from place to place. They will remind you, remember to wear your mask, because they do not want to take any chances. And it is really for your safety. Right. You know what I mean? I also love the fact that there was sanitization stations everywhere you turn. No matter where you're in the elevator, there's a sanitization
even in your room.
Machine. In your room, there has hand sanitizer. Everywhere you went, there literally was somewhere for you to sanitize your hands.
Right.
I really love that. Another thing is that I realized that there were security guards actually just walking around
the premises,
perimeter of the hotel. So like if we were to go on our balcony, we would see persons just walking around, with them walkie-talkie, just making sure everything 100. And I appreciated that. But the one thing to me that was just not the best, and I was a little bit disappointed in, was definitely the food. I don't know, I'm a big foodie. Well, we both are, but maybe I'm a little bit more specific or picky when it comes down to certain things. So the food to me wasn't all that, and to me, when I come to an all-inclusive, like, the food is gonna be a big part of what I enjoy. But the drinks were really nice. I've been to hotels before where I felt like they have watered down the liquor for sure, and I did not like that. But here, the drinks are definitely awesome. The food not so good. I mean, it's alright, you can find things to eat, but definitely not the best. But I do have to understand and sympathize with them, because they are operating basically a half of the hotel, I would say, just to accommodate the whole protocols that the government has set in place for the tourism sector out here. So I have to be mindful of that. Yes, them probably would have want to roll out other things, but because they have to be mindful, you know. So maybe that was why. But the food to me wasn't so 100. But it is what it is.
Hey, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
The
overall, we really did.
For me, the positives are the use of technology in this time. You know, just to see that you can get the menus on your phone and just to know where open, the time, just the schedule and everything. It's on your phone, right?
Yeah, I like that too,
the room is very technologically set. You know, as I had mentioned earlier about the cars that when you come in you have to plug it in order for the light to turn off, and when you leave you take it out. But for me, it was a good experience. You understand?
Yeah. Would you come back?
I would come back. I would definitely come back. Yeah.
I personally don't think I would come back.
Shall I come back? But
I mean, I don't really think I would come back. Yeah. Maybe not during a pandemic. Let's say that.
Yeah. But guys, it was a good experience. We never really experienced what a lot of persons had experienced in terms of this, as you had mentioned earlier in the video.
So we're glad we actually came to experience it for ourselves.
Right, because we were there like cancel.
Yeah, we're literally there about to cancel.
You know, you can come and enjoy. We never hear of anybody on the resorts, you know, be
having
anything.
Any issues. Everybody just
seems
chill and
right,
everybody
so
cool.
Come if you want to come enjoy yourself. Come try it out for yourself. You know, we came and we tried and we had a good experience in terms of just staying here. But you can come and judge it for yourself.
Yeah, and I want to thank you guys again for watching this video. If you guys have been to RIU Ocho Rios or any one of their other properties, let us know your experience. Or if you've been to any hotel during this pandemic time, let us know if you want to or you're planning to go to RIU and you have any questions. You can comment them in the comment box and we'll answer them as best as we can. Remember to like this video if you want to see more from us, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, follow us on Instagram, follow me at Just Devi Marie and Sean at I Am Stars. Check out my channel too, it will be in the description at Just Devi Marie. And we'll see you guys in another video. Stay safe, guys. Bye.